Nguyen, president of Westminster School District. Every year I come here to support the CRA, and we do this annually thanks to Mayor David Shaver and staff for organizing this particular event that we can greet many elected officials and many supporters for the Republican community. Let's go walk around and see who and who. Hi, Debbie. Welcome to the CRA picnic. So can you tell us what your role here today?
Yes, we're collecting signatures for the recall of Gavin Newsom. We're not very happy with some of the things he's been doing to run the state. I'm tired personally of my friends, family, businesses leaving the state. It's a beautiful place, and I think he's just made it's horrible to live in.
Is this your first time here at the CRA picnic?
It is, and I live in Westminster, and I am going to be coming back year after year. I didn't know about it, and so this is a wonderful opportunity to meet the candidates and be with like-minded people and see what other people are doing to promote our good politics.
Thank you so much for your support and good luck.
Thank you.
All right, tell us, this is your first time here, and what you think about this event?
Well, we came last year and loved it. Just to support the Republican Party. But our number one thing right now is to elect Donald J. Trump and J.D. Vance. That is the most important thing right now that we need to do as a country.
Thank you so much for your support. Tell us what you think about this event and how can you support it?
Well, I support any event or any party that stands up for God's word.
Thank you so much. This is your first time here?
No, we came here last year and this is our second time.
Thank you so much for your support.
All right, thank you.
Lodana, tell us what you think of this CRA picnic.
This is awesome. A very nice picnic here. We've done it quite a few years. We're helping support and donating part of our proceeds here from the spinners where we have Trump on them doing the fist. They spin nicely. So we just have quite a few items here that can go back to donating and getting the Republican Party going here.
Thank you so much for your support.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Tell us, how do you recruit new member?
One of our primary functions is we set up our booth at the Torrance Farmers Market, which is a large farmers market in the South Bay. To get people to register. You see the signs around here, register Republican, and it's been very effective over the last 4 or 5 months. I think according to my numbers, we've increased our registration rate by a factor of 5 for the Republican Party. So, and other than that, we're recruiting members as well. Not everybody joins, but they re-registered Republican. So we're trying to build Republican strength more in the South Bay. And we're pretty strong so far, but it's going to be better.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So can you tell us what's your role here within this organization?
I am involved in this group. I help. I'm a volunteer. I'm not a leader. And I am with another woman named Georgette Riggs, and she and I have a website called South Bay Community Action, SB Community Action, and we are a resource for people to find information.
Thank you so much for your time and service, and hope to see you again.
Thank you.
So, David, tell us, this is your first time here at the CRA picnic?
Yes, it is, in fact. Yes, but it's wonderful. It's great. I really love it. It's a great event. Lots of people, lots of wonderful people, and talking to a lot of wonderful people today.
How's your campaign coming along? And you want to make a difference in what aspect?
My campaign is going very well. I want to make a difference by promoting equal opportunity. I've been a professor at UC Irvine for a while, and it really, I'm upset at the different programs that don't promote equal opportunity. I want to reduce the size of the government and reduce taxes. I want to provide school choice and parental rights for people, and I want to improve law enforcement. So those are the really key themes, and I think those are really kind of common sense ideas that a lot of people are responding well to.
Thank you so much, and good luck. And Hope you can get a lot of vote here today.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
The duties of this organization that you're participating with, what do you normally do?
Okay, well, the California Republican Assembly was founded in 1935, and our principal goal is to recruit, support conservative candidates for party office and public office, those that support conservative Republican principles, and to see that they're elected and help them to carry out conservative policies at all levels of government, whether it's local school board, city council, state assembly, or the U.S. Congress. And so from the very beginning, our focus has been on helping those candidates with volunteerism. That's our big focus is on like precinct operations, helping them to get out the vote, helping support them in their volunteer efforts.
Tell us, so as far as recruiting, do you have any difficulty? I know the election coming up. Does that make it easy for you to recruit?
It does, because of the ongoing election right now. People are more focused on that, and they're looking at candidates. They're looking at how to get involved, whether they should get involved. So it's definitely a lot easier to get people interested during election times than non-election seasons. Although one of our biggest times of recruitment, I believe, was actually during the pandemic. A lot of people saw their government going in the wrong direction for them, and so a lot of them looked at avenues where they could get involved. And a lot of them came to CRA because, being a conservative Republican organization, they could be a Republican and support conservative principles within the Republican Party and work locally. We have over 60 chapters across the state right now. We're heading towards 70, but we're organized at the local level so people can participate with other like-minded individuals in their communities and work on local issues as they're also working with the larger state organization on state issues.
So there are 60 chapters in California.
Correct, yes.
And how many members in each chapter?
The average chapter is around 25 to 30 members is our typical chapter. You know, we have like some in more rural areas that might be a little bit smaller, and then we have some larger ones like in Greater Bakersfield and Glendale Burbank that are well over 100. So
thank you so much for being here, and good luck in recruiting, and hopefully you can expand your chapter in the future.
Yeah, and one of those chapters is the Northwest Orange County Republican Assembly, and they are the host for this event, and they've been putting on this event every single year as a way to reach out to the community and also get people aware of our candidates we're supporting and how they can support those candidates.
So are you saying Northwest is more active than other chapters?
It's one of our active chapters. It's one of our, if you were to put like tiers of activity, they're one of our most active.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Hi, Dean. Tell us a little bit about yourself. You were the past council member at Los Alamitos, is that correct?
I served 3 terms at Los Alamitos, and I'm termed out at this point. My wife is running for my seat for the city council, but I've served on the Orange County GOP Central Committee twice, and I'm currently the area vice president for the California Republican Assembly.
Thank you so much for your time and effort. I see every year when I come here, you always sit here and greet the guests and helping with the registrations. So that's what you've been doing every year to help?
I'm a volunteer, so that's what volunteers do.
Thank you so much.
They get assigned jobs.
Thank you so much for your time and effort. So I hope to see you next year.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah, we'll see you next year.
So Tim, tell us, where are these ribs coming from?
Well, these ribs come from cows because they're beef. Michelle Steele paid for them. She paid a hefty sum. These Korean ribs, they're up to like $18 a pound. And we now have 50, 75, we have at least 75 pounds. So that's close to $2,000 in ribs. Then we've got a bunch of hamburgers, 2 types of hot dogs that have already been cooked up. I've got some more I'm going to heat up on the grill.
So beside the ribs and all the cooking, how long did it take you to cook for everybody's here?
Oh, we started at 8:30 setting up. We actually started cooking right around 10:15 or so. By the time, this is just the first box of ribs. I'm about to put more on. I've got another big box behind you. By the time we feed the herd and they come back through again, we'll probably be cooking until noontime.
So we would like to thank you, Congresswoman Michelle Steele, and you for being here today. Without you and Michelle Steele, we wouldn't have none of this for our picnic
My
participant.
Been doing it for many years since I used to be a stacker with her back at the county. So we're just trying to sell in the place. So I come back every year. She buys them every year. I cook them every year.
So every year I come here, I always see Tim standing behind the grill and cooking for everybody, sweating, wearing a very beautiful hat. The chief cook of the day.
That's it. Thank you. For righteousness, for truth, for the American way, and Michelle's always stood up for that. She's also a staunch supporter of our dear ally Israel, which is one of the reasons she's being attacked and targeted. So thank you on her behalf for coming out. Thank you for her support. Please, if you live in this district, stand up, not only vote, tell your friends and family to do the same. And God bless each and every one. And everybody's got to turn out for November. You know, I'm on executive committee and, as well for the party. We need everybody. And if you like to go, who likes to go to those Patriot rallies? Okay, if you go to the Patriot rallies, and that's great, but find 5 of those folks who like to do the rallies, and let's get them into the neighborhoods. If we only turned out one of those rallies into one of our candidates' seats, we'd win that seat like that. We've got to get out. What wins it is shaking hands and kissing babies, meeting your neighbors and telling them to vote. And like Fred said, the low propensities are where it's at. So again, thank you so very much. God bless each and every one of you.
Okay, thank you. At this time, I want to. At this time, I want to bring up the congressional candidates. David, come on up. As you know, we are only up by about 4 seats in Congress. And right now, we got Michelle Steele, Young Kim, and we have David Pan, okay, and Scott Bob. We need to keep those 4 people in and get 2 new ones. I want to introduce you, Lou Correa's opponent, David Pan.
Thank you so much, Dave. I really have to hand it to Dave Shaver, organizing this event for the last 20 years. It's really an incredible event. Thank you so much for coming out. My district includes Stanton, Santa Ana, Anaheim, southern part of Fullerton, and the western part of Orange. It's a heavily Democratic district. You know, the Democrats outnumber the Republicans like 2 to 1. But we've been canvassing. I've got my volunteers out here. We've got a crew of about 25 interns, and we're canvassing every single day. And so what I find is, you know, if you address no party preference or Democrats around these basic issues, school choice, more law enforcement, reducing taxes, everybody's on board, right? So, you know, we just got to get into the neighborhoods. A lot of them, they haven't seen a candidate come by ever. And in some of these neighborhoods, you know, certainly never a Republican. And so they're actually grateful for having somebody come out and speak to them. You know, if you have any time to join our campaign, davidpanforcongress.com. If you can come out and walk with us, that would be tremendous. If you can't, you might be able to donate something to the campaign. That would be wonderful as well. So thank you so much for coming out, and I hope to see you soon.
Thanks, Dave. You know, I've been studying that district because I've known Lou for about 35 years. And I think it's important to know that David's got a good shot because he's got the ground team to go with that. So I know it's a very difficult task, but I have confidence in you doing that. And Lou's running for Attorney General in a couple of years, so it's going to be okay. All right? All right, at this time, I'd like to bring up, we have a spokesperson for Janet Wynn's office. As you know, Janet's running for our supervisorial district. Is he here? Oh, okay, good. Come on up. I forgot your first name, so you can introduce yourself.
Thank you, Mayor. My name is Joe Pena. I am an Orange County, thank you. I am an Orange County Young Republican board member, and also I'm a volunteer for Senator Janet Wynn. The Senator sends her best wishes and wishes she could be here, and I hope you're out having a great picnic, a great afternoon, and a great summer. Senator Janet Wynn is running for Orange County Supervisor, as the Mayor just stated, which encompasses the cities of La Palma, Cypress, Los Alamitos, Rossmore, Seal Beach, Huntington Beach, Midway City, Fountain Valley, Westminster, and Garden Grove. I believe I got them all. But if you didn't already know, that County of Orange oversees the operations and the budget of around $9 billion a year. Massive. So some of Senator Jana Wynn's priorities for this year for the election are to restore good governance, keep our community safe, increase transparency, and just to ensure that this seat remains in Republican hands. Because currently it's a 3-2 Dem majority, so we need to hold this seat. It is essential that we keep this seat. And so with that, thank you to the CRA for all the amazing work they do every year. They knock doors, they volunteer, they make phone calls, they do all the hard work. You guys are the lifeblood of the party, and we appreciate everything you do. If you have any questions about the campaign, come out and see me. I'll be back there. And thank you so much.
Okay, moving down the ranks a little bit, we now have the Assembly. Scott, come on up, please. Scott Piotr is running over on the coastal area.
Hi, I'm Scott Piotr. I'm running in the 73rd Assembly District. That's Tustin, Irvine, and Costa Mesa. So one of the things that we have in California is what? It's a supermajority held by Democrats. We don't even have a close to being a purple state. It's 80% Democrat up in the legislature. So what do we get when we get 80% Democrats? We get nice laws like my opponent, Cotty Peachy Norris, authored a bill that requires tampons to be put in every school bathroom, boys' bathrooms, up and down the state. And I don't know if you guys have been following, but they just passed, and the governor just signed AB 1955. What's that? I call it the Don't Tell Your Parents bill. Because what it is if your little son Johnny wants to become Jane, they're going to lie to you, they're not going to tell you about it, and it's by law now the teacher is going to be working against you instead of with you to educate your kids. And that's what we get with a Democratic legislature. My district is a 12+D district, but it has to be won if we're going to get rid of the Democrat supermajority. So we've got an opportunity this time. Who thinks that Kamala Harris, the border czar, is going to have coattails in California? Who thinks Trump is going to have coattails in California? So this is a great year for us, as evidenced by the turnout that we have here. And I know you guys are the working guys on campaigns. Without you guys, without the CRA, and I'm a former Irvine Republican Assembly president last year, I know we're the ones that go out there and do the foot leather and get the job done on the ground. So thank you everybody for coming. My website is taxspider.com. Hopefully you can remember that. Yeah. And I actually do a radio show every Friday night from 7 to 8 p.m. on 790 KABC. And we have fun. Because look at what all the ammunition Newsom and Kamala give us. It is fun to do. So thank you all for coming out.
Okay, we now have former Senator Mike Morrell, who is actually going to be running for chairman of the California Republican Party. Mike, come on up.
Well, welcome. It's good to be here. Let me reword that. It's great to be out of Sacramento and with people who are normal. So, thank you. And also, I just have to confess to you a little bit. I'm actually going to miss some aspects of Joe Biden. Pause. Whose uncle gets eaten by cannibals in World War II? I looked that up. There's no record of that, but I guess Joe Biden did. Are you guys not going to miss some of that humor that guy has perpetrated upon us? But anyway, he is the worst president. And California, I just want to remind you, by the way, let me introduce you to my wife, Joni. Joni, raise your hand back there. 47 years, 9 grandkids later, and Solomon reminds us that the duty of a father is to leave an inheritance to our children's children. So I had ran a couple of businesses, then I got into the state senate, and I don't want to retire because I feel like we still have an obligation to fight for our faith, our family, and our nation, guys. as California goes, so goes the nation. I don't think Providence is done with us. Look, we're the only state with 21 missions. Campus Crusade, focused on the family. Billy Graham got to start here. The city of Sacramento means the city of Sacramento. And so I believe it's his state at one time, and I believe he wants it back. But it's up to us to take it back, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. And so, and I can tell you, I've got a lot of qualifications. The 7 years I spent in public high school will help me a little bit. But I am really going to need your help, we the people. It's not about the politicians. Remember, the founders talked about we the people, a government of, by, and for the people. And the Declaration talks about we hold these truths to be self-evident. And some of those truths are we the people have been given the consent on how we want to be governed. And so I need your, if I get elected to this, I am going to need your help so we can move the party forward. It's going to take an effort. Dr. Larry Arndt from Hillsdale College, you guys know who he is. Our two sons were fortunate to go there. Larry Arndt pushed one of our boys, David, actually to the Supreme Court working for Clarence Thomas, which was an honor. It was kind of, yeah. And so, there's a lot at stake. And so we have to win. And if you haven't U-hauled it out of this state, like so many people you're here for a purpose. And again, because we have a duty. And the best thing that we can do, we need to call upon Providence. Remember, Abraham Lincoln said, "Blessed only are those nations whose God is the Lord." Number two, we have to speak out. This politically correct speech, ladies and gentlemen, has rendered us quiet. And it's been around for millennia, thousands of years. And it's designed to shut us up. We've already won the argument. We just have to go out there and be diligent and make the case. Just like what separates the politicians from the statesmen, like Abraham Lincoln, Ronald Reagan, or Churchill, is they always took on the most difficult issues of the day. And we have to do the same thing. We can compromise our preferences, but we never want to compromise our principles. The problem with many in politics is they don't take the time to distinguish between the two, so they get to Sacramento and they end up by compromising both. We want to stick on principle, and we want to get better at how we clearly communicate, because I believe right now our state is in a turning point. You can see it, I think, all the way along. You have these school board members all over the state, parents they want their kids to simply learn. What an interesting thing. They don't want drag queen hour, right? And so, you've got Temecula, you've got Pastor Jack Hibbs out in Chino Hills, you've got the Marietta School Board, you've got Jan Solis up in the Silicon Valley. They're getting their people on these school boards, and what they're doing is they're building a bench so we can start taking over some of those districts later on in the Senate and the Assembly. And so those are... Thank you. Anyway, but those are some of the things, and if I am fortunate enough to earn your vote and your help, I need you. It's going to take a government of, by, and for the people. And I'll close with this last thing. I think we are in a lot of trouble. I think all the signs, America, California particularly, we have some challenges. I do believe there is hope, but I think we're going to have some rough seas ahead. But for us to dig ourselves out of this hole, I think we're going to have to pledge in the spirit of the founders did when they signed off that great document, the Declaration. They said, with a firm reliance upon the protection of divine providence, meaning of the benevolent protection of God, we mutually pledge to one another our very lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor. When we do these things, ladies and gentlemen, I have full confidence that we will restore California and America. Thank you for your time.
Okay, the next speaker, I call him the birthday boy because his birthday is, I think, 3 days ago. He's in his 30s, and he's been running for governor. So the good news is that he's got a lot.
City Council, thank you.
Hi, I am Wendy Gross. I am a first-time candidate for District 1 Los Alamitos. I am a lifelong Republican. My parents came to this country, became Republicans, and I have lived by their values ever since. I am on the Planning Commission for Los Alamitos, as well as the Board of Directors for Precious Life Shelter. We are pro-life. I am on the St. Isidore Historical Plaza Board of Directors and the YMCA, along with the city's Pink Staff Project. I have done years of volunteering throughout my community to help bring identity to it and be supportive of the community. I am running for a different reason from a lot of people. I believe that we start at home and build Republicans. So I want to get into my district and help them get back their values. Where we're seeing more Democrats coming in, I want to see more Republicans starting. I am the person whose house looks like a billboard for Republicans during the election, and many of you know of me as the bicycle person who has their signs on the back of my bike in a cowbell that I ring to get attention. For other candidates that are always Republican, I have been through Cypress, Los Al, Rossmar, Seal Beach, Huntington Beach, Costa Mesa, and I am the person on Balboa Island as well. I did stop for ice cream too. But I am that person who has supported many of the other candidates as well by ringing a cowbell and helping them get elected. So I'm hoping that this happens for me too.
Hello everyone, I'm John Warren. I'm on the Parks, Recreation, and Community Services Commission for the City of Stanton. And trust me, I'm trying to save money by shortening that title just to Community Services Commission. But on top of that, I'm also the District 4 representative for OC Parks. And so my life has been pretty much parks, but now I'm dedicating it to running for District 4 for the City of Stanton. And we need that at this point. I'm really grateful to have been able to work with Dave for so many years, but now I can help Dave. And some of the things we've seen coming across our bow in Stanton, Dave needs voices there to support him, and I plan on doing that. I've been a registered Republican ever since I could vote. I've always voted every single election, but I also went to university, and I stayed a Republican. So I'm kind of proud of that one too. But I look forward to it. My papers were finalized Thursday, and off to the races. Thank you.
By the way, he and his family are third generation Stanton.
Yeah.
He's volunteered 18 years for city, everything, okay? Magnum cum laude, and he is the next generation of Stanton. He's taken my place.
Hello, my name is Scott Boyce. I'm Mayor Pro Tem from the City of Lake Forest, District Director for Supervisor Don Wagner. I've been on City Council for the last 15 years, been mayor 4 times, but you know, more important than being on City Council, for 13 years I served as Vice President for the state of California, building 35 clubs in 5 different counties for CRA. The fact is that the Bible says for us not to forsake the gathering together of the saints. So to see you all here, it energizes us all because we're not alone in this battle. And this year is especially important for us all as you're looking forward to trying to make a difference in this land. We have a general, we have a commander-in-chief, Donald Trump. And everybody will go and fight the battle because of Donald Trump. The battle is not ours, it's the Lord's. God's hands on Donald Trump. We saw that in that assassination attempt. The Secret Service was not on his side. The FBI has not been on his side. The bureaucracy of this nation is trying to take down our Commander-in-Chief, Donald Trump, God's choice for President of America. So I just want to say thank you all for being involved with CRA. Thank you for being patriots and being such warriors, because that's what it's going to take. We are in a battle. We've got a general that's worthy of us following and charging on, because he's leading the charge. He's taking bullets for us, and thank God for Donald Trump. And then so, Dave, if I may say a closing prayer. Okay. Hey, well, I just want to say thank you to Dave Shavers. Mayor Dave has been in this battle for a long time, and he keeps putting these together, allowing us to come and energize ourselves, among ourselves, and encourage us, because the fact is, we are not alone. So God bless you all. God bless Dave. Thank you so much for your hospitality.
Thank you. Okay, I have a couple more gentlemen to thank. Come on up. We had a very safe picnic this year. Okay, so gentlemen, introduce yourself.
Well, my name is Franco, We represent GI Security. We're out here trying to, just keep everybody safe, safe environment, and, it's a pleasure to be here.
Hello, how's it going, guys? My name's Brian. I'm the Orange County Supervisor for GI Security. I just want to say thank you guys for having us out here. It's a pleasure to be here. We'll always keep you guys safe, and yeah, thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Good afternoon, my name is Dan Perez. Me and my wife are the owners of GI Security, and we are both Republicans. And I told these guys that they wanted to get paid, they had to go register this afternoon, which they did. And there's a third person back here, Jonathan. He's also part of our team this afternoon. Thank you.
Okay, Denise, please come up.
I want to thank Mayor Shaver for giving me just a couple of minutes here. I want to say, first of all, here in the state of California, we've got over 40 million people living in our state, and out of 40 million people, 22 million are registered to vote. What does that say? It says we've got a lot of work to do, right, Mayor? A lot of work to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, out of the 22 million people that voted in the primary in March, only 30 to 35% actually voted. What does that mean? That means we've got to get into the churches. We've got to get into the synagogues. We've got to get our message out. What is our message? Our message is, number one, Republicans up and down the ticket are going to promote religious freedom. Republicans up and down the ticket, starting with President Trump and going right down to the school board, are going to promote free speech. They're going to promote a strong economy. That means deregulating all the regulations that are happening on the local, state, and federal level. It means cutting taxes to every one of us so we can live an affordable life. It means building water infrastructure. The Democrats are turning off the water to every farmer and rancher in our state. We haven't built a dam since the 1980s. And yet we have more people living here in our state than ever before. Where is that $30 billion that was spent by you and I, the taxpayer of this state? Where is that money? We need to get it back. We're going to have to vote Republicans. These are the messages that you share with people. Everywhere you go, you talk about affordable living, getting back to our Judeo-Christian traditions. You talk to them about schools and how we have to end DEI. You talk to them about why they want a Republican in office and not a Democrat. We've got a winning message. Let's make it clear. If we don't close the border and only Republicans will close it, we'll have more organized terrorist cells in Orange County and in every county in our state and across the nation than ever before. We've got Hamas. We've got Islamic Jihad. I've been to Palestinian rallies right here in our state. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got to close the border. We've got to get back to law and order. Let's get out these messages and win up and down the ticket in 2024. Thank you.
Okay, I want all of the members of the Women's Federation and all the members of the CRA, please stand up and be recognized. Everybody just stand up where you're at, stretch your legs out. Let's give them all a big hand for being here today. Thank you. In closing, if you'll just give me a moment, everybody, please. Okay, this is, as you know, I had a dear friend after 42 years of teaching in the Long Beach Unified School District. Davina Kaiser was one of my best friends. We spent a lot of time together, we worked together, we toured together. We're a remarkable young woman. She also took on the role as being the Executive Vice President of the state CRA. She was unifying this state, not only for the CRA, but also for us Republicans. She did great battles for us. She fought for us, she supported us, and she supported the CRA in every city in the state of California. She will be remembered as a fighter, as a person of honor, and a true professional. I enjoyed 25 years of my life with her. At this time, I'd like you to please bow your head in remembrance and repeat with me the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, Lord, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen. I want to thank you all for coming. I want to ask one favor. When you leave, you can stay here for as long as you want, because there's some more snacks. But when you leave, if you just fold your chair and put it in a pile, I would appreciate it, okay? Other than that, I do have our first run of Trump signs. So if you want to pick one up for your front yard, I think I paid $15 for them, so you're welcome to buy them at my cost. Anyway, I appreciate you being here. God willing, and the creek don't rise, we'll see you all next year. Thank you.